Well, few things are as lovely as a beautiful woman with flowers in her arms.
I just love it when you say things like that to me.
Well, it's true.
You know what? All your compliments, they always sound like they're true.
What can I say? You inspire me.
You know what? I never understood the whole idea of having a greenhouse before, till now.
One of the many things I've learned from Lila, the delight of having fresh flowers in the middle of winter.
Do you think AJ will like them?
He will like that you gave them to him.
Do you think he'll see that I'm trying?
You're a very bright young woman, Carly.
See, there you go again with those compliments.
Well, you've obviously considered the overview.
Oh, you mean the big picture, so to speak, as AJ would put it?
Mm-hmm. And you've come up with a very practical solution.
Well, let me tell you something, Eddie. Don't tell anyone else, but I'm nothing if not practical.
I never doubted it for a moment.
And I know exactly what to do for AJ. He's my husband. It's up to me to make him happy.
I can't tell you how happy you have made me.
Sure you can, Eddie. Come on, give it a shot.
Well, you and AJ hit a rough patch. But I never doubted that you'd pull through, never for one moment.
Oh, come on, Eddie. Not even for a second?
Hey, you know, between you and me, Carly Babes was a hoot.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see the look on Amanda Barrington's face? I could die.
What about Monica? Although, my dear, I did resent the way you treated Lila.
I apologize to her, you know.
She knows you're trying, Carly. We both do. And we think that you and AJ are going to make this work.
Well, I hope you're right.
Do you know something? You are one of the stubbornest women I've ever met.
AJ's no slouch himself, huh?
No, you're both tenacious. But once he realizes that you're pulling for him instead of against him, oh, there'll be no stopping him. You will be the making of that young man, and I knew it from day one.
Well, thank you very much.
But you know, this marriage is not just to benefit AJ. You're going to have a good life here with us in the long run.
Yeah, you know the long run is not really my strong suit.
I know you miss Jason terribly.
Yeah.
So do I, lady. But there comes a time when you have to get on with things. Find a way to make your life work and keep the family that you have together.
It's all I've ever wanted.
You and I both have this family's best interests at heart, especially when it comes to the heirs. What?
Every handsome man needs a flower in his lapel.
Oh, you've been spending far too much time with Lila.
There.
I have work to do.
So do I. So do I, believe me. Hi, Nancy. This is Mrs. Quartermain. I need to speak to my husband right away, please.
How's Chloe?
About the same.
That's not good enough.
It's the truth.
Alan, your mother has sat in this house the entire day looking out over her rose garden, praying for Chloe. I can't go in there and tell her that everything is still the same, and neither will you.
All right, well, then tell her that Chloe's in good spirits. She's tougher than she looks. She's healing rather well. She can't see yet, but it's still early.
Why didn't you tell me that in the first place?
I should have, you're right. Is AJ home? I called him at the office. They said he'd come home early. Father.
Am I supposed to be in charge of AJ?
Is he home?
If he is, there's a perfectly good reason.
Are you feeling all right?
Is there a law against spending time with your wife?
Now I know you're coming down with something.
That young woman is very good for AJ.
Then Carly told AJ to come home early.
Oh, how would I know something like that?
Well, that's a very good sign.
Carly has decided to work with AJ instead of against him.
I hope that's true.
You know, I see a real Quartermain in that young woman.
Well, that young woman wouldn't even be in this family if AJ hadn't brought her home.
She's doing her best to make him happy.
Carly told you this.
All she needed was a little time to adjust. Living here hasn't been easy for her.
You know, you're willing to give Carly a break after everything she's done. Why don't you cut AJ some slack?
I gave him ELQ. What the hell else does he want?
Well, you threaten to take it away from him every single day.
Because that's the best way to keep him sharp.
Why? By harassment? By undercutting his every move? For goodness sake, Father, ELQ and this family are the most important things in the world to AJ.
I expect nothing less.
Well, why don't you give him some encouragement every now and then?
Oh, now you sound like Carly.
I do.
Didn't I tell you, Alan, that Carly is trying to make this marriage work? You never did pay attention. Not to me, not to anyone. I'm busy.